Las Fierbinți continues to masterfully weave humor and melancholy in Doctorul Dorel, partea duia, an episode that pushes the character of Dorel beyond simple comic archetype into the realm of social commentary and quiet tragedy. The village of Fierbinți is, as always, a microcosm of Romanian absurdity, a timeless stage where laughter hides despair and incompetence becomes art. Dorel, the infamous village doctor, stands at the center of this circus, both ringmaster and clown. The episode opens with a sequence that feels like a metaphor for his entire existence. Dorel fumbling with a broken stethoscope, tapping it against his palm, pretending to listen to the heartbeat of a chair. The villagers laugh, but he doesn't. For a moment his face reveals confusion, a fleeting realization of how ridiculous his life has become. That moment is the essence of Las Fierbinți, laughter that turns into silence. The show has always thrived on this tension, and in this episode, the balance feels particularly fragile. Every visit to Dorel's office is a miniature tragedy disguised as comedy. When a local farmer complains about chest pain, Dorel prescribes plum brandy and advises him to take long naps. The audience laughs, but behind that laughter is the terrifying truth of how rural healthcare often works: improvisation, neglect, and denial. The scene cuts to the mayor and Branzoi discussing a funding proposal for the clinic, but their conversation quickly degenerates into jokes about Dorel's drinking habits. Bureaucracy becomes a punchline. The real tragedy is that Dorel himself has accepted it. He knows the system is broken, yet he no longer fights it. He floats through life like a man anesthetized by routine. Yet, what keeps him from becoming purely pathetic is his unintentional wisdom. In one memorable exchange with Asperina, he argues that people don't need doctors. They need someone to listen. It's both naive and profound. Dorel's greatest failure as a physician may be his greatest success as a human being, his ability to care in his clumsy, misguided way. Visually, the episode leans heavily on natural light and handheld camera work, emphasizing the claustrophobic intimacy of village life. The bar scenes, filled with cigarette smoke and laughter, contrast sharply with the loneliness of Dorel's clinic. The cinematographer plays with this duality. Light in the bar is golden and warm. Light in the clinic is cold and pale. It's as if the entire village has chosen to live outside the realm of responsibility. The performances elevate this episode beyond satire. Mihai Bobonete's portrayal of Dorel is a masterclass in controlled chaos. His eyes flicker between arrogance and doubt. His gestures oscillate between confidence and confusion. In one scene, he accidentally mixes veterinary medicine with antibiotics, and instead of panic, he laughs. The absurdity of it feels almost existential, a reminder that laughter in Fierbinți is both shield and surrender. On a personal note, watching Dorel reminds me of the humor that people use in Eastern Europe to survive disappointment. There's a specific flavor of irony, born from generations of being failed by institutions. Dorel is the embodiment of that cultural psychology. He knows he is part of the problem, yet he chooses to joke about it rather than despair. Las Fierbinți thrives on that shared cultural complicity. The villagers forgive Dorel because he is one of them, a flawed survivor navigating a flawed world. The subplot involving Janina adds unexpected emotional depth. When she brings Dorel a homemade pie and gently mocks his medical expertise, there's tenderness in their banter. Beneath the jokes, there's a quiet recognition. They are both lonely, both trapped in Fierbinți by invisible chains of habit and belonging. Their brief, awkward eye contact says more than any dialogue. It's moments like these that make Las Fierbinți transcend its comedic label. It becomes a study of human inertia, the way people settle into imperfection because change feels impossible. The final sequence of Doctorul Dorel, Partea 2, is hauntingly beautiful. Dorel closes his clinic at sunset, walks past the bar without entering, and pauses by the edge of the village, where the road disappears into the fields. He lights a cigarette, looks at the horizon, and mutters something that the audience cannot hear. The silence lingers. Then, faintly, the laughter from the bar echoes in the distance. He smiles, turns around, and walks back. That small gesture encapsulates everything about Fierbinți: resignation, warmth, irony, and love. The episode is a reminder that mediocrity can be comforting, that sometimes the only way to survive absurdity is to embrace it fully.